Goodbye swelling. 8 collagen-rich foods you must eat for your legs and joints. Did you know that as early as your 30s, you start losing about 1% of your collagen every single year? By your 60s, you could have lost more than half. Collagen is the protein that keeps your joints cushioned, your tendons strong, and your skin elastic. When you lose that collagen, the result is swelling, stiffness, creaky knees, and legs that tire faster than they should. But here's the disturbing truth. This isn't just bad luck or aging. The joint pain industry rakes in over $500 billion a year selling quick fixes that wear off before bedtime. But the most effective collagen sources? They're not in overpriced powders or miracle capsules. They're sitting in your local market, unadvertised, unbranded, and completely overlooked. Most people get this completely wrong. They think collagen supplements are the answer. Wrong. Your stomach acid breaks down most collagen supplements before they can help. The real secret lies in eating foods that trigger your body to make its own collagen. And the foods that could do that? No billion-dollar company will ever push them because you can buy them for a few dollars and heal yourself. So you're left with creams that mask, pills that sedate, and surgeries that empty your savings, while the real fix is right in front of you. But not anymore. In this video, we're exposing the 8 most collagen-packed foods for your legs and joints, from number 8 to the single most powerful at number 1. And number 2? It's clinically shown to reduce joint stiffness by 40% in a 2024 study. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below. Where are you watching us from? What joint or symptom are you struggling with most right now? We're reading and replying to each and every comment with tips and advice. Now let's begin with number 8, because what you're about to discover might change how you walk, bend, and sleep starting tonight. Number 8, sardines. Sardines might seem like an unusual pick, but for anyone over 60 struggling with swelling and joint pain, they are a quiet powerhouse. These small fish are one of the richest natural sources of type 1 collagen, which is the form of collagen that supports the strength and flexibility of bones, tendons, and skin. Most people don't realize that when you eat the soft bones and skin of sardines, you're consuming real collagen in its most bioavailable form, meaning your body can absorb and use it immediately. Sardines also contain omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential fats that reduce inflammation in the joints by lowering cytokine levels. Cytokines are molecules that trigger pain and swelling, especially in arthritic joints. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Rheumatology found that older adults who consumed oily fish, like sardines 3 times per week, had a 28% reduction in joint swelling and reported significantly improved walking comfort within just 2 months. To get the most benefit from sardines, they need to be eaten with the bones and skin intact, which is where the collagen is most concentrated. The best way to prepare them is to lightly grill or pan-sear them in olive oil with a squeeze of lemon and herbs like parsley or thyme, which enhances digestion. You can also mash them into whole grain toast or mix them into pasta for a soft, spreadable texture that delivers collagen without much effort. Avoid frying them in heavy oil or removing the bones, which strips away the key nutrients you're after. The more intact the fish, the better the collagen absorption. Sardines are shelf-stable, affordable, and pack more collagen per ounce than many expensive powders on the market. Now, if you think that's powerful, the next food actually tells your body to make more of its own collagen. Number 7, chicken skin. Most people throw it away. They've been told it's unhealthy, greasy, or bad for cholesterol. But when it comes to collagen, especially the kind your joints need, chicken skin is one of the most overlooked healing foods you could eat. That golden, crispy layer is packed with type 1 and type 3 collagen, which are the 2 most critical types for supporting ligaments, cartilage, and skin elasticity. These collagen types are also responsible for maintaining fluid movement in your knees, ankles, and hips. As we age, that fluid dries up. The collagen scaffolding thins, and suddenly, walking feels like grinding gears. But adding chicken skin could help restore that structure. A 2021 study in Nutrients found that hydrolyzed chicken collagen, when consumed daily for 8 weeks, reduced joint pain in seniors by 36% and improved overall mobility scores by 24%. But here's the secret. You don't need to buy expensive supplements to get the same result. When you cook with the skin on and eat the skin along with the meat, you're getting nearly the same profile of collagen peptides found in those capsules without the price tag. The best way to prepare chicken skin for joint health is by slow roasting or pressure cooking bone-in, skin on thighs or legs. Roasting it until the skin is golden and slightly crispy locks in the collagen and fat-soluble nutrients. But don't burn it. That destroys the delicate collagen bonds. If you want even more benefit, simmer chicken with skin and bones into a broth for 12 to 24 hours. Then drink the broth or use it in soups. That allows the collagen to fully dissolve into the liquid, making it easier to absorb. Avoid deep frying, which oxidizes the fat and reduces collagen activity. By reintroducing this once-feared food into your diet 2 to 3 times per week, you may begin to notice smoother joint movement, less stiffness in the knees, and even improvements in skin texture. If chicken skin impressed you, the next one hides in plain sight and works in just weeks. Number 6. Eggshell membrane. It's not something most people think to eat. In fact, most people peel it off and throw it away. But the thin, filmy layer you find lining the inside of an eggshell, that transparent membrane you sometimes see sticking to a hard-boiled egg, is one of the most concentrated natural sources of collagen available. It contains a mix of type 1, type V, and type X collagen, which are especially important for repairing cartilage and reducing inflammation in load-bearing joints like the knees and hips. Type X in particular is essential for the maintenance of joint cushioning and has been studied for its ability to reverse damage in osteoarthritic joints. In a clinical study published in Clinical Interventions in Aging, participants over 55 with chronic joint pain were given 500 milligrams of eggshell membrane extract daily. Within just 30 days, 90% of them reported measurable reductions in knee stiffness and an average pain score reduction of 35%. That's faster and more effective than some over-the-counter pain meds, and without the side effects. Now, most people aren't going to chew on eggshells, but you can buy powdered eggshell membrane supplements, or, if you're up for a little prep, you can wash your eggshells, boil them, dry them, and blend them into a fine powder using a spice grinder. This powder can be mixed into smoothies, yogurt, or oatmeal and consumed in small doses daily. If you're using eggs from your own chickens or a trusted farm, you can even gently peel the membrane after boiling and stir it directly into warm broth. The taste is minimal, and the impact can be profound. Over time, people report more bounce in their knees and far less aching in the ankles when walking or climbing stairs. If that surprised you, the next food is pure joint scaffolding your body can use immediately. Number 5. Beef tendons. If you've ever eaten a bowl of traditional bone broth or Asian noodle soup and noticed that slippery, jelly-like meat at the bottom, that was probably beef tendon. And while it may seem strange or even unappetizing at first glance, beef tendons are actually one of the richest natural sources of pure collagen on the planet. Tendons are made almost entirely of type 1 collagen, which is the form that helps rebuild ligaments, strengthen connective tissue, and restore joint flexibility. That's exactly what aging legs and joints need. What makes tendons so unique is their high gelatin content, which turns into collagen when slow cooked. In a 2020 study published in Journal of Food Biochemistry, researchers found that the collagen extracted from beef tendons increased fibroblast activity, which means it helped the cells responsible for collagen production multiply and repair damaged joint tissue. This cellular activity was boosted by nearly 49% compared to controls. That's a massive number when you consider how slow healing can become after 60. To get the full benefit, beef tendons need to be cooked slowly, ideally in a pressure cooker, or simmered for several hours until they become soft, translucent, and gelatinous. That's when the collagen becomes most absorbable. Tendon soup is popular in Korean, Vietnamese, and Chinese cuisine. Often simmered with ginger, garlic, and herbs, you can add these softened tendons to soups, rice dishes, or stews, or eat them straight with a bit of sea salt and lemon juice to enhance mineral absorption. If you're not used to the texture, start small. A few bites mixed into broth, and build up as your taste adapts. Unlike muscle meats, tendons don't inflame the joints. In fact, they nourish the tissues around the joints directly. Seniors who consume collagen-rich cuts, like tendon 2 to 3 times a week, often report greater stability in the knees and ankles, and a noticeable reduction in post-exercise swelling. If you think gut's strong, the next food actually thickens the cushion inside your joints. Number 4. Bone broth. Bone broth has become trendy over the past few years. But for seniors dealing with swelling and stiffness, it's more than just a fad. It's a clinical-level recovery tool. When you simmer bones, cartilage, skin, and marrow for an extended period of time, typically 12 to 24 hours, you extract the full spectrum of collagen types along with minerals like calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. These nutrients help rebuild joint tissue, reduce inflammation, and support hydration in the synovial fluid, which is the natural lubricant inside your joints. In a study published in Current Medical Research and Opinion, participants who consumed bone broth daily showed a 40% reduction in joint pain scores within 12 weeks. Even more impressive, ultrasound imaging showed increased cartilage thickness in weight-bearing joints, which means the broth wasn't just reducing pain, it was helping to rebuild tissue. That's exactly the kind of structural support aging joints need. To make bone broth the right way, you need to use bones that still have connective tissue attached, like chicken backs, beef knuckles, oxtails, or marrow bones. Add a splash of apple cider vinegar to the pot during simmering, which helps pull minerals and collagen from the bones. Throw in onions, garlic, celery, and carrots for flavor and added anti-inflammatory benefits. Let it simmer for at least 12 hours. Longer is better. You'll know it's done when the broth gels in the fridge. That jelly-like texture means it's rich in collagen. Drink a warm cup of bone broth daily, especially in the morning or before bed, to allow the nutrients to absorb without competing with heavy digestion. Avoid store-bought broth unless it's labeled slow-simmered and shows real collagen content. Most boxed broths are watered down and miss the key nutrients. If bone broth sounds good, the next food works almost instantly to ease stiffness. Number 3. Gelatin. Gelatin might remind you of wobbly desserts or hospital trays, but when it comes to joint healing, high-quality gelatin is a serious nutritional weapon. Gelatin is derived from collagen. When bones, skin, and connective tissue are heated, the collagen breaks down into gelatin. What makes it so powerful is how easily your body can use it to rebuild damaged joint tissue, especially when it's sourced from grass-fed, hormone-free animals. Unlike synthetic supplements, real gelatin contains a perfect balance of glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, which are amino acids that directly stimulate collagen production in the body. These compounds act like the scaffolding your body needs to rebuild cartilage, ligaments, and tendons, all of which become brittle with age. In a groundbreaking study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, athletes who consumed 15 grams of gelatin with vitamin C 1 hour before exercise produced double the collagen synthesis in their joints compared to those who didn't. This matters even more for seniors because physical activity already becomes harder with age, and gelatin seems to amplify the healing response. Although the study was done on athletes, the mechanisms are identical in older adults. To get the most out of gelatin, choose unflavored, grass-fed gelatin powder, not the sugary, colored dessert mixes. You can dissolve it into warm water, coffee, tea, or even blend it into smoothies. It has a mild flavor and a silky texture. The key is to consume it with a small amount of vitamin C, which helps your body activate the collagen building process. You can squeeze lemon into your gelatin drink or eat it with citrus fruits like oranges or kiwi. Start with 1 tablespoon per day and build up slowly. Within a few weeks, many people notice better knee stability, easier stair climbing, and reduced joint popping. If gelatin feels like a game changer, the next one hydrates your joints from the inside out. Number 2. Pork skin. Pork skin is another surprising source of joint-healing collagen, and despite its bad reputation in modern low-fat diets, it has been used for centuries in traditional cuisines to support connective tissue. What makes pork skin especially valuable for aging joints is its high concentration of type 1 and type 3 collagen, the same types that make up the structural framework of your joints, skin, and blood vessels. The pork skin also contains elastin and hyaluronic acid, which are compounds that help maintain flexibility and hydration in aging tissues. Without these elements, your joints become stiff, brittle, and dry, which leads to inflammation and swelling. A study in Journal of Functional Foods found that collagen peptides extracted from pork skin improved skin elasticity, bone density, and joint lubrication in just 8 weeks. The test group had a 39% increase in knee comfort and showed improved range of motion, even in participants over 65. The same peptides were found to stimulate chondrocytes, which are the cells that rebuild cartilage, by nearly 42%, making pork skin a functional food, not just a snack. To get these benefits, you need to prepare pork skin properly. The 2 best methods are slow cooking and gentle crisping. For slow-cooked pork skin, simmer it in a stew or soup for several hours with garlic, onions, and ginger. This softens the tissue and releases collagen into the broth. For a treat, you can bake pork skin at a low temperature until it becomes crackly and golden. Just avoid deep frying or over-salting. The goal is to preserve the collagen, not destroy it. You can also find high-quality pork skin collagen powders from grass-fed sources, but the real food version offers additional micronutrients like zinc and selenium. Seniors who include pork skin once or twice a week often report smoother movement in the knees and hips and reduced morning stiffness. If pork skin sounds potent, number 1 is proven to rebuild collagen by nearly 50% in just 12 weeks. Number 1. Chicken feet. This might shock you, but the number 1 most powerful collagen-rich food for healing joint pain, reducing swelling, and rebuilding connective tissue is chicken feet. That's right, the part of the bird that most people discard or avoid. But for seniors over 60 struggling with inflammation, stiffness, or mobility loss, chicken feet are a natural goldmine. They're composed almost entirely of skin, tendons, cartilage, and tiny bones, all rich in type 2 collagen, which is the exact form of collagen that cushions your joints and reduces friction inside the knees and hips. Type 2 collagen is especially critical for seniors because it directly replenishes the worn-out cartilage that causes pain when you walk, stand, or even sit for long periods. What makes chicken feet so unique is their concentration of glycosaminoglycans, compounds like glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid, which are often sold as expensive supplements for joint pain. But in chicken feet, they come naturally in their full-spectrum bioavailable form. In a 2022 study published in Nutrients, seniors who consumed collagen extract made from chicken feet for 12 weeks showed a 48% increase in joint collagen density and a 36% reduction in daily swelling. Even better, their balance and walking speed improved measurably, according to mobility scans taken before and after the trial. To prepare chicken feet properly, you must simmer them slowly in water or broth with apple cider vinegar, garlic, and root vegetables for 8 to 12 hours. This draws out the collagen and forms a thick, gelatin-rich stock. Once cooled, the broth should gel. That's how you know it's loaded with healing nutrients. You can sip this collagen-rich broth daily or use it as a base for soups and sauces. You can also freeze it into ice cubes and drop it into meals throughout the week. If the texture of the feet themselves isn't appealing to you, simply strain them out after cooking. All the important nutrients will already be in the broth. Some cultures also batter and steam the feet, but for joint health, gentle simmering preserves the integrity of the collagen best. Seniors who drink chicken foot broth 3 to 5 times per week often report dramatic improvements in mobility, less stiffness getting out of bed, and even visible reduction in leg swelling. If you want a simple, affordable, and proven way to rebuild your joints from the inside out, this forgotten food might be your most powerful ally. There you have it, 8 of the most collagen-rich, science-backed foods that can help you say goodbye to swelling and get your legs and joints moving again. No pills, no injections, just real foods that have been used for generations and now proven by modern studies to work. You don't need to suffer in silence or chalk it up to just getting older. Collagen loss is real, but it's also reversible. The foods you choose every day can either feed your pain or rebuild your joints, and you now have the knowledge to choose wisely. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these foods are you already eating? And which one are you most excited to try first? Have you noticed any difference in your joint pain or swelling after changing your diet? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.